Well, it's being promoted by Donald Trump as a must-watch. The new Melania documentary has opened with around $7 million at the US box office, the strongest documentary debut in at least the last 10 years. It's also reportedly the most expensive documentary ever made, with a huge spend on rights and marketing. And even though audiences seem to like it, critics have absolutely panned it. Were we really expecting anything else? Joining me now is Sky News contributor Kosha Garda. Kosha, great to have you on the program. Should we read this as genuine interest in Melania, or is it just political tribalism?
Great question, James. I think it is a little bit of both. There is definitely tribalism because the whole MAGA set knows how much the left and the entertainment industry, and specifically the fashion industry, has snubbed Melania, and it's so funny, given that she is a straight cutout of a first lady and came from the fashion industry. But I also think there is genuine interest because she is a little bit of an enigma. She's very private, doesn't seem to want to thrust herself into the forefront the way other recent first ladies have. She's absolutely gorgeous, so she's very intriguing to look at, and her background and growing up in communist Europe, Eastern Europe, and how she came to the US and all of that stuff. So while that wasn't the focus of this documentary, we don't know that much about her, really. And I think that was definitely part of it as well. So I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, the documentary focuses on the 20 days in the lead up to Trump's inauguration for his second term. Amazon has spent $75 million on this documentary. Do you reckon they're concerned about making a profit, or do they not so much care whether it makes a profit? This is more of a political investment.
Again, I have to say, I think it's a little bit of both. There is a precedent of this. Netflix cut a $200 million deal with the Obamas when they left office to run their production company. And I think we all know that they're not exactly film producers. So that's just the nature of the world that we live in right now. It's a little bit of a quid pro quo, probably. But I also think it's an interesting project. And it is important for the industry because this industry, Hollywood and entertainment, has been so captured by the left in terms of the big four studios, the types of content that they put out, the way it's distributed. And if this can crack that a little bit and show a different way where somebody who is a polarizing figure, maybe not Melania personally, but just the Trump brand, but has a lot of support from the right half of the country, tens of millions, 79 million people to be precise, support them, and there isn't much content being made catering to them. This is interesting if it sort of shows the way or gives a blueprint of how you can finance films that actually speaks to half the country that Hollywood tends to ignore.
I said earlier the critics have absolutely panned it. I don't know if you saw the review in The Guardian, but they described the film as, and Kosha, I quote, a medieval tribute to placate the greedy king on his throne, gilded trash, 2 hours of pure, endless hell. And Kosha, that was one of the kinder reviews. Critics gave it 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it had a 99% approval score from the audience on Rotten Tomatoes. What do you make of that disconnect?
I think it's a perfect microcosm of the country, the everyman and what they want versus the elites and the experts telling you, don't believe your lying eyes. This is an ugly piece of trash, as he said. Horrible film. Don't enjoy it, even if you find it enjoyable. But the everyday person, found it quite refreshing. And I think we see the same thing in politics.